This is a FirstWARN Tri-Cities severe weather alert. Here is Chief Forecaster Skylar Doyle.
Coming back on the air, we have that severe thunderstorm warning. The Weather Service took the tornado possible tag off and they reissued the warning, but now they've re-put the tornado possible tag on this. So since this does have the tornado possible tag, we are going to come on the air and stay on the air with this in case a tornado warning would get issued. That way we're already here. The storm does have rotation in northwest Hancock County, just west of Sneedville. A couple areas I'm keeping my eye on is just to the south of Martin Creek, broad rotation near Yellow Springs. A couple areas here of rotation that we're keeping our eye on, and so we decided it would be best if we came back on the air since this strengthened back up real quick, and they put the tornado possible tag back on the severe thunderstorm warning. So again, now the warning until 11:30 for parts of Lee County, Hancock County, Hawkins County, Granger County, and Claiborne County has the tornado possible tag on it. So we continue to watch the storms closely as they continue to push east. Weather Service saying here that these are pushing to the east at around 40 miles an hour. So as I track these storms off to the east, as they're kind of a Boeing line, I'm going to track it at 40 miles an hour. We're looking at Bray 1119, Sneedville 1123, Kyle's Ford 1137, Itson 1138, Jennings Store 1148, Burnsville 1152, Mossam 1201, Churchill 1204, Mount Carmel at 1209, Lewis Lane 1212, Yuma 1213, that's in southern Scott County, Virginia, Glen Alpine at 1214, Sullivan Gardens 1215, Gate City 1217, Kingsport 1218, and then through parts of Kingsport for about 1230 or so, and then these storms would continue to push east as well into the Bristol area if they continue on their current track. They're saying speed probably closer to 1 o'clock. But again, we're watching because of there is rotation within this storm, and the Weather Service is noting that rotation with the tornado possible severe thunderstorm warning. So again, there is not a tornado warning at the moment. That could come if the rotation continues to strengthen. But again, it had died down for a little bit. So when they reissued the new warning, there was no tornado possible tag. And then about 5 minutes later, the new warning was issued at 10:58. About 6 minutes later at 11:03, the Weather Service put the tornado possible tag on this warning. So again, it is until 11:30 this morning. So for another about 20 minutes now, we have this severe thunderstorm warning that at the current time, at 11:10 a.m., has a tornado possible tag. So that does mean that a tornado, quick spin up tornadoes, possible rotation is not strong enough for a tornado warning, but the rotation continues to strengthen. Then we could see a tornado warning. For in these areas, you might want to start treating this as a tornado warning. So you want to have a safety plan ready and take action immediately. You want to take shelter on the lowest floor of a sturdy structure. Stay away from outside walls and windows. If you have a basement, that would be the best place to go to. You don't want to be in a mobile home or a vehicle in the event of a tornado. And make sure you have some hard sole shoes, a helmet for everyone, and a portable air horn in case you need help if you're injured in a tornado. Like I said, right now, there is not, and I repeat, there is not a tornado warning, but the Weather Service watching rotation within this thunderstorm and has put the tornado possible tag on this severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect here for Lee County, Hancock County, and Hawkins County. Again, we're still waiting on a new radar scan to see here if the rotation has continued to strengthen here at 11:12 a.m. And again, as we just watch this very closely, because if this rotation continues to strengthen, there Sneedville would be in the path, parts of southern Lee County, and eventually Hawkins County would be in the path. Looking like here, don't have the velocity yet, but our new rotation detector kind of died down a little bit on the rotation. So did the velocity. So that's good news. I'll pull it up here, and it's not evident, which is very good. But it could be just because of the radar placement within this area. Sometimes radar placement in this area is not the best. If I tilt up, still the old scan. So again, we kind of have to shoot over the mountains. Kind of turns into our issue when we're in this area. So again, uh, I really don't want to let my guard down because of the inflow notch that we're seeing right here. This little hook here embedded within this line, pushing into Sneedville. So I definitely don't want to let my guard down because that's definitely an embedded supercell structure within this. While the rotation on velocity doesn't look as good right now, I caution myself to believe that that would be potentially because of the way the radar is shooting at the storm. Because we have that embedded supercell structure, which tells me the storm is definitely still rotating here. But we'll watch it very closely. Another little area of rotation would be down here uh, near Fall Point as well. Again, there's a little bit of a hook there. But I'm really interested in this like little inflow notch here and a little wraparound here to the west of Sneedville here. So as the tornado possible tag continues on this morning, we will stay with it here. So 11:14 in the morning here, we're tracking these severe thunderstorms as they continue to push off to the east. Warnings, if these stay at their current strength, would likely be extended to the east as well. And so we're watching it very closely here as these storms continue to push off to the east. Don't see any storm reports yet um, from the National Weather Service, which is some good news. No reports of wind damage within these storms. Um, but again, we're watching it very closely to see should that continue, if we continue to have these storms, if they'll continue to push off to the east. So again, they pull up the high res velocity. If there is any rotation, it is right near where I've been watching that inflow notch here near the Big Creek area. So I'm really interested here to see what the Weather Service does with this again. We continue to have a tornado possible tag, so we'll stick here while we do. And again, just checking for reports from the National Weather Service or from viewers, and we still don't see any. These are just now they're pushing into our viewing area. And the Weather Service not noting any reports on these from the west, which is good news. We're going to see here if MPing's got anything. Doesn't look like it. So again, just that's good news that we don't have any damage reports. And there's a couple areas though of rotation within this. So if I go to the high res velocity imagery, couple areas of rotation to keep our eye on. The area that we've been mentioning, west and southwest of Sneedville. So another little weak area along the Kentucky, Virginia, or sorry, the Tennessee-Virginia border that we're watching closely as well. Here as these storms continue to dive off to the east, and again, they are severe at this hour. So again, severe thunderstorm warnings remain in effect as of 11:16 a.m. until 11:30, and we'll see here if the Weather Service keeps this tornado possible tag on it over the next few minutes. We'll stay as long as they do. We'll go off if they take it off. Um, but again, just looking at some other different products off screen and these radar scans as we await them. The rotation does look weaker than what it did 5-10 minutes ago. So that is good news that the rotation definitely looks weaker. So we'll continue to watch these storms very closely as they continue to push off to the east. Again, severe thunderstorm warnings in effect right now for parts of Claiborne County, Granger County, Hancock County, Hawkins County, and Lee County until 11:30. Tornado possible. The main threat being damaging straight line winds for up to 60 miles an hour. But really don't matter if the winds are circulating or if they hit you in a straight line. If wind is going to cause damage, so we really need to be on guard here for the potential of these storms, producing some wind damage here. Even though we've had no storm reports, it does not mean damage has not been done. The reports have just not been relayed by the National Weather Service yet. They have some kind of confidence that they keep issuing these warnings off to the east. So there's some kind of confidence here that wind damage is occurring within these severe thunderstorms. So we want you to continue to stay advised. Again, severe thunderstorm warnings in effect until 11:30 for Lee County, Hancock County, and parts of far southwest Hawkins County, just north of Bean Station toward the Mooresburg area, the Lakemont Cabin area, and then up into Sneedville and Hancock County, and then also up into just west of Jonesville. And these storms continue to push off to the east. New velocity scan continues to look weak in terms of rotation, which is very good news. That's the news we want to be able to keep sharing, is that the rotation in these storms are weak. So again, if you are in this area, again, just stay indoors and stay away from windows. Don't necessarily need to be in that tornado safe place at the moment. And I would actually expect, if the trends continue, tornado possible tag to be taken off the warning fairly soon, should the Weather Service have that high confidence in doing so. And the rotations over the last few scans have continued to show weakening. So that definitely gives confidence to maybe allow that tornado possible tag to go off. Um, the warning, at least for the time being, because that rotation there, that just looks like straight line winds to me. Um, Again, it could be the angle we're looking at things, but again, I do think this looks like mainly a straight line wind event right now. But as long as the warning stays with that tornado possible tag, we'll stay here with you to give you the latest severe weather updates here on the air as we continue with our live severe weather coverage. Again, looking at mainly straight line winds within this severe thunderstorm warning. But the Weather Service noted weak rotation at times, which led them to put a tornado possible tag on this storm. The tornado, or the rotation signatures, have not at all this morning been conducive for tornado warnings, but there's been times where it's looked like it's going to try to tighten up. That's why the tornado possible tag is on this morning. In the new update from the Weather Service, looks like they're going to issue a special weather statement, cancel this warning for 50-mile-an-hour winds for a good part of Lee County, southern Wise County, a good part of Scott County, Virginia, northern Hawkins County, and also western parts of Sullivan County, including Kingsport. This goes until 12 o'clock. Tells me the warning probably is going to be allowed to expire at the top of the hour. Special weather statement says that the wind gusts of 40 miles or up to 50 miles an hour and half inch hail is possible. And the storms are moving east at 45 miles an hour. So again, we're watching these storms closely as they continue to push off to the east again. Right now, they've not said what they're going to do with the warning. To me, that means they'll most likely cancel this warning. But again, we continue to watch and see what the Weather Service decides. They could end up extending the warning. It doesn't mean they won't, but we'll wait and see here. Just looking at a few different models and radars here off screen. It looks like, again, we'll continue to have the severe weather chance with this round through about probably 2 o'clock. And then we'll watch for round 2 to come in, which was been the main round that we've been talking about. That would be possible during this afternoon and evening. I think that we will be able to at least destabilize the atmosphere some to get that round at least to come back in here and potentially produce strong thunderstorms, maybe severe, this afternoon and evening. And the models are keen on some more thunderstorm development this afternoon and evening as well. And again, could be severe, so we'll continue to watch it closely. And the models do indicate that potential. If I'm just doing some quick forecasting here while we're on the air and waiting for a new update from the National Weather Service. So again, while there is still a warning with the tornado possible attack, we'll stay here. Do think the rotation is weakened though, to where we have no concern of a tornado, which is good news. And it looks like I think they're actually going to let the severe thunderstorm warning go here at the bottom of the hour at 11:30. So here in another 7 minutes or so, because they've extended the at least northern half of the warning with a strong thunderstorm alert, which downgrades it a little bit there for 50-mile-an-hour winds and not 60-mile-an-hour winds. Also downgrades the hail from penny size to half-inch size hail. So a little bit of weakening, not much, but a little bit. There's storms approach Jonesville, Pennington Gap, Stickleyfield, Duffield, Clinchport, Gate City, Weber City, Kingsport, Churchill, Mount Carmel, Kyles Ford there. Um, again, so these storms will continue. Push off to the east. Blue box that you see is a strong thunderstorm alert. So nothing severe here. Um, there, as of right now, again, these storms are going to push out of the severe thunderstorm warning into the new strong thunderstorm alert again, which likely means that we will have the warning. But we'll wait here to see. And again, the tornado threat today for the rest of the day is very low, but it is not zero. So we will continue to watch the potential of rotation within these storms, not just this morning and early afternoon, but through the entire afternoon and evening. Another round of scattered thunderstorms will come through this afternoon and evening and could produce some damaging thunderstorms or potential of uh, maybe a quick spin up tornado. It's a very low risk, but a risk nonetheless. And 6 to 8 p.m. time frame for Johnson City here as we look at the comments. Um, could definitely have some thunderstorms around the region around that time frame this afternoon. So make sure you're just staying weather aware. And again, as the new scans are coming in, the rotation just continues to go away. And looking at anything, it would be some damaging winds and maybe some small hail. So that's good news. Again, the Weather Service very likely canceling this warning. I would be shocked if they extend it, just because of how things have been laid out here. But we have 5 more minutes left on the severe thunderstorm warnings. So we'll stick with you for the next 5 minutes. Again, strong thunderstorm alert being issued out ahead of this line. The storms have really moved out of the severe thunderstorm warning, and the strong thunderstorm alert's been issued for Kingsport, Gate City, Churchill, Duffield, Clinchport, Pennington Gap, Jonesville, the storms right over you, Stickleyville as well. So we'll continue to watch the storms closely. Should we continue to have warnings issued, obviously we'll be here to let you know about those. But again, these are severe, or these are severe technically with the warnings still in effect, but these storms are quickly pushing out of the warning area and they're starting to speed up a little bit. Weather Service indicating now moving at 45 miles an hour instead of 40 miles an hour. So the estimated times of arrival we gave you earlier could speed up just a little bit. So around probably noon for Kingsport here, which is a strong thunderstorm alert that does include here Kingsport. It goes until noon. So I would say around noon, maybe a few minutes before these storms will push into the Kingsport area. Eventually Bristol. Johnson City might see some rain off this round, but I think the strongest stuff will probably stay to the north of Johnson City in this round of storms. It does not mean Johnson City could not see anything severe later in the day. Um, really any part of the area, because again, there continues to be that potential this afternoon and into the evening. So we will continue to watch it very closely. Again, strong thunderstorms here as we continue here. Again, we'll check the comments here before we do go off the air here at the bottom of the hour at 11:30. 2 to 4 time frame for Pennington Gap. Um, we'll be watching things closely. Right now, There could be some scattered thunderstorms, especially later in that 2 to 4 time frame. So, a weather layer. Um, on Roku, you can, if you have the YouTube app on your Roku, you can go on YouTube and search up FirstWARN Tri-Cities, and we are on YouTube as well. So that is one way you can watch us on your smart TV. There is just using the YouTube app and searching FirstWARN Tri-Cities to watch our coverage there on your smart TVs. Again, as we approach 11:30, the bottom of the hour, severe thunderstorm warning, very likely by the Weather Service, going to be allowed to expire. They've issued a strong thunderstorm alert, or a special weather statement, technically what they're called, um, ahead of the line for Northwest Sullivan, Northeast Hawkins, Northeast Hancock, Southeast Lee, a good part of Scott County and Southwest Wise County through noon. The Doppler radar is tracking these strong thunderstorms continuing to push east at around 45 miles an hour. Winds up to 50 miles an hour and half-inch hail is possible. And just advising you to be indoors as these storms continue to push east, even if those are not severe. We'll continue to have these pushy. So again, just one last recap at wide view. Severe thunderstorm warning set to expire at 11:30. As of now, the Weather Service has not said they're going to extend that. I don't see them extending it. We'll continue to watch to the west. There's already more storms forming toward London, Somerset, and another round of strong to severe storms is possible this afternoon and evening. We remain under a level 1 marginal risk of severe weather here in evening, and there's a new severe thunderstorm warning until 12:15 for Hancock, Hawkins, Sullivan, Lee, Scott, and Wise County. This warning goes into 12:15. Will likely include, it's not popped up yet, but likely going to include the Kingsport area. Yeah, so they issued the special weather statement, and as we got closer to 11:30, I think these storms will still be producing damaging winds. So they're going to go ahead and extend this until 12:15. This will include Kingsport, Sullivan Gardens, Burgoynesville, Churchill, Itson. Storm moving through Kyles Ford right now. Storm going east of Jonesville and Pennington Gap, far southern Wise County, and a good part of Scott County, including Gate City and Weber City. So another severe thunderstorm warning has been issued, which does include the Kingsport area here, 12:15. So we know a lot of people are going to get these alerts here on their phone, and we're finally getting a little bit wind damage reports. At 11 o'clock this morning in Claiborne County, the 911 call center is reporting several trees down along Cedar Fork Road east of Tazewell there in Claiborne County, so between Tazewell and Sneedville. So again, we'll continue to track these storms east. Again, a new severe thunderstorm warning, including Kingsport, here until 12:15 this afternoon. It does also include Churchill, Gate City, Duffield, Stickleyville, and Burgoynesville for the potential of strong straight line winds, potentially up to 60 miles an hour. The good news is there is no tornado possible tag on this, and there is really not any rotation to speak of. So the tornado possible tag has been let go. Again, 12:15, a severe thunderstorm warning here for western Sullivan, northern Hawkins, northeast Hancock, southeast Lee, a chunk of Scott County, and southwestern Wise County until 12:15 with severe thunderstorms pushing east at 45 miles an hour with 60 miles an hour winds and any size hail possible. So again, just stay inside and try to stay away from windows here as these storms push through your area. We will continue to track these closely. Should more warnings be issued, or any more developments come in, rotation increase, anything like that, we'll come on the air, stay on the air. But for now, we are going to go off the air, and we will come back as need be. Should these storms continue to strengthen or new warnings be issued, or any new developments come in. But for now, from the FirstWARN Tri-Cities Weather Center, I'm FirstWARN Tri-Cities Chief Forecaster Scarlett Oil. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And again, we'll come back on the air as need be here as these severe thunderstorms continue to move across the viewing area.